Hello again, everyone. It's Sunday of the Passion. It's Palm Sunday. We're moving into Holy Week, and then next week is Easter. Boy, has this season certainly gone by quickly. Our gospel this morning is from the 11th chapter of Mark. When they were approaching Jerusalem at Bethphage and Bethany, near the Mount of Olives, Jesus sent two of his disciples and said to them, "Go into the village ahead of you, and immediately as you enter it, you will find tied there a colt that has never been ridden. Untie it and bring it. If anyone says to you, 'Why are you doing this?' just say this, 'The Lord needs it and will send it back here immediately.'" They went away, found the colt tied next to a door outside in the street. As they were untying it, some of the bystanders said to them, "What are you doing untying the colt?" They told them what Jesus had said, and they allowed them to take it. Then they brought the colt to Jesus, threw their cloaks on it, and he sat on it. Many people spread their cloaks on the road, and others spread leafy branches that they had cut in the fields. Then those who went ahead of those who followed were shouting, "Hosanna! Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord. Blessed is the coming kingdom of our ancestor David. Hosanna in the highest heaven." Then he entered Jerusalem and went into the temple. And when he had looked around at everything, as it was already late, he went out to Bethany with the 12. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, O Christ. Then those who went ahead and those who followed were shouting, "Hosanna! Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest heavens." Every time I read, hear, or say those words, I can't help but think of a saying you probably know: be careful what you ask for. It's a warning we've probably all heard before. It's a warning that we may not really know what we're getting ourselves into. What we see may not be what we get, and what we get may demand more than we are willing to give. I wish today was as easy as the crowd makes it look and sound. I wish we could wave our palms, sing our hosannas, offer blessings, and then just go to lunch. But it's not that easy. Today is the doorway into Holy Week, the last few days of Jesus' earthly life, and it is not an easy week. I know that the palms in our hands today will become the ashes that mark our foreheads next year. Triumph, it seems, isn't always what we think it is. I know that I come to this day every year with more questions than answers. There is more to this day and the coming week that I can comprehend or explain. I come to this day with conflicted feelings, with joy, anticipation, and hope, but also come with some dread, resistance, and fear. I want to trust and follow the way, but I'm not so sure about the suffering and dying part. Holy Week is about real life stuff, and it hits close to home. The truth is, I am always a bit ambivalent about Holy Week. Maybe you also come with questions, conflicted feelings, and ambivalence. If we take Holy Week seriously, how can we not have some ambivalence? If we truly understand what it means for Jesus to be the Messiah and what triumph really looks like, if we realize where this parade is going and what it will ask of us, we might want to pause and take another look. You see, today isn't just Palm Sunday. It's also the Sunday of the Passion. Jesus' entrance into Jerusalem will also involve an exodus, an exit. The victory parade of Palm Sunday is the funeral procession of Passion Sunday. We begin with a crowd shouting, "Hosanna! Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord," and we finish with Jesus giving a loud cry and breathing his last. A borrowed colt will carry Jesus to Jerusalem. A borrowed passerby will carry his cross to Golgotha. It was Simon of Cyrene, but it could have been anyone, and it's meant to be everyone, you and me included. After all, didn't Jesus say, "If any want to become my followers, let them deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me"? There are moments in each of our lives, big moments, life-changing moments, when we need to slow down, maybe even stop and consider what it is that we're getting into. Are we ready for it? What does it mean? What will it ask of us? Do we have what it takes? Is this really what we want? Are we prepared for what is coming? Palm Sunday is one of those moments. There is so much that can be said about today and the coming week. It's hard to know where to begin and how to make sense of it all. But here's what I wonder. Does it need to be said? Would it make a difference? Would it answer the questions, resolve our feelings, and make this week any easier? I don't think so. The Holy Week story is not a story to be explained or understood. It is a story to be embodied and lived. So maybe today is the day we slow down, regroup, and take a look at everything. That's what Jesus did. According to Mark's Gospel, Jesus entered Jerusalem and went into the temple, and when he had looked around at everything, he went out to Bethany with the 12. No other gospel account describes this. At the end of the donkey ride, when the shouting is over and the last cloak and palm have been laid down, Jesus enters the temple, looks around at everything, and then leaves. It's a strange and anticlimactic end to what is known as the Triumphal Entry. Maybe it's necessary. If that's what Jesus does, maybe we should too. Maybe we need to look around at everything before we go any further into this week. Maybe we should start with our hearts. Take a look in your heart. What do you see? What is the pain? Are you heartbroken? Are you carrying guilt? What are the things done and left undone that chain you to the past? What are your regrets? Is your heart fearful? Are you so overwhelmed by life that it feels like you are drowning and you just want to escape? Is there self-hatred or condemnation there? Is your heart filled with loss, sorrow, grief? What part of you is dying? Where is your life overcome by darkness? Who are the loved ones that have died and you miss? Take a look around at everything in your heart. That's what Jesus did. I don't think he just looked around at everything, turned away, and then left. I think he looked at everything so that he might take it in, take it with him, and carry it through Holy Week. So must we. Jesus left nothing behind. We mustn't either. What we refuse to look at and bring to this week cannot be healed, cannot be restored, renewed, recreated, or resurrected. So what will you carry into this week? What will you bring and offer? As we move forward into Holy Week, we need to be present, fully present to all that this week has to offer. We need to show up with all that we have and all that we are. The triumphal entry is not about the donkey ride, the palms, or the hosannas. The triumph is in taking a look around at everything and leaving nothing behind. And all God's blessed people say, Amen. Have a blessed Palm Sunday.